Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave. Prabodh Sudhakar is a text we will be contemplating on, which is attributed to Bhagwan Shankaracharya. Prabodh Sudhakar is in Sanskrit, and similar text we come across from Santa Jnaneshwar Maharaj. It is Amrita Anubhav. Meaning is the same. See, Prabodha is doubt-free experience. There are two words. One is bodha, second is jnanam. What you are hearing and try to forget is jnanam. And bodha is the experience. See? Paroksham jnanam, aparoksham bodha. See? So, prabodha means there is no doubt left. It is a doubt-free knowledge. Not knowledge, doubt-free experience. Sudhakara is the Amrita, ambrosia. The Prabodh Sudhakara. Now the purpose of studying is we have to lead a doubt-free life. We have got so many doubts. Doubt about ourselves, who we are. Doubt about what this world is. Doubt about God. Doubt about spiritual practice. So we are doubtfuls. So for these fools who are carrying the burden of doubts, this is the only way. Therefore, we study. Nityanandaikarasam satchidmatram swayam jyotihi purushottam ajam isham vande shri yadavadisham. So whenever we start anything, we must think of God. What is thinking of God? Two things. One is we discover an assurance from within. We are not left alone. There is some kind of support from within. And that gives us self-confidence. When we do anything with self-confidence, success is guaranteed. When we do something with overconfidence, failure is guaranteed. So, we think of God, and therefore, every mantra also begins with Om. So here it is Yadavadisham. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is remembered. And who is he? Now see, there are two types of remembrances, if I can make it plural. One type of memory is subject to fading away. Like, I have seen you so many times, but I don't remember anybody's name. What is the reason? I am not very serious about anybody. You should not tell like this, Swamiji. Therefore, nothing is remembered. Now, the second type of memory is no more a memory. Now it is an experience. See? So, what is our experience? Nityanandaikarasam, that which is eternal, one, blissful existence alone. And Swayam Jyotihi. Swayam Jyotihi, self-established. So these two things are Bhagavan Sri Krishna. One, being, and second, knowing. Unless something is, we cannot know. Unless we know, something cannot be established. So, who is Bhagavan Sri Krishna? The experience which is having both the shades, being and knowing, because being and knowing are not two. What you have put on this? It is all sleeping all the time. Don't put all these funny things here. It's okay now. So, Nityanandaikarasam Satchin Matram Swayam Jyotihi. Even if you take these words for your working on it, contemplation. Swayam Jyotihi, self-established. If I had to see this phone or this container, I require external light because it is not self-illumined. But if I had to see the tube light, do I require this? Because tube light is self-established. In the same manner, do we require to ask somebody, excuse me, am I there? No, not only you are dumb also. Okay, thank you. See friends, Swayam Jyoti. And this is what matters in life. But the problem is, we are unable to sort out who is this I that I am. See? So, Nityanande Karasam Satchin Matram Swayam Jyotihi Purushottamam. See? Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter. Yasmat Ksharamati Toham Aksharaadapi Chottamaha Atosmi Loke Vedecha Prathita Purushottamaha. So there are two Purushas, Kshara Purusha and Akshara Purusha. Kshara Purusha is that which is constantly changing phenomena, Kshara Purusha. And the second is Akshara Purusha, which doesn't change. So there are three Purushas. First person, singular. Thou, second person, singular. He, third person, singular. What is the plural of he? They. They continue to be plural. See? What is the plural of thou? You. You continue to be second person. So the plural of third person singular is third person. The plural of second person singular is second person. Now what is the first person singular? I. What is the plural of I? We, which includes First person, second person, third person. And therefore, this I does not have a plural. Ekameva dvitiya. See? This is Purushottama. Uttama Purusha. And what is samsara? I talk to you about him. Samsara begins. But when I recognize that to whom I am talking and about whom I am talking, all of them are none other than me, there will be a total difference in expression. Like, you take your examples. Some child was crying. So, there are 3 ladies. Now, what will be their understanding? People ask us that question also. Swamiji, why the child is crying? So, why don't you tell what is your imagination, why the child is crying? If the lady is a mother, mother can think only feeding the child till it dies. They can't think beyond it. Then, the second one is a doctor. She cannot think health. Doctors like unhealthy people. If any healthy person comes, healthy kahin ka, bhag yahan se. Then, third, social worker. They make NGO out of anything. In our country, there are so many. Stop now, enough. Why don't you ask the child directly, hey, why are you crying? What he will say? Nothing, time pass. Hey. So, this I can be answered. Who is this I? Is not one, inclusive of everything. Purushottama. And therefore, when I include all of you in my definition of I, do I have to say I love you? Whenever we have to use a verb, love. Love is both verb and noun. When a boy loves a girl, what is that called as? I love her, I have fallen in love. So when you fall in love, you get hurt. That hurting is called as marriage. These days, I am handling many such cases. So I wrote them, I said, look here, you watch Hindi cinema? Yes. Why don't you learn? Friends, remember, all spiritual practices learn from your every experience. So what is there to learn from Hindi cinema? प्यार को प्यार ही रहने दो, रिश्तों के नाम न दो. Before marriage, we used to love and we were very happy. We got married, now we hate and we are very miserable. See, friends. So, my child, I love. These days, the people are irresponsible. They don't tell manners to their children because it is not my child. So what we have to understand, Purushottama is the one who does not love anybody as a verb, but he has love for everybody. See, friends, therefore, Mahatmas never love anybody. Do I have to say, I love my left hand arrow? No, you don't have to say. See, friend, Purushottamam, Ajam, unborn. And it is our unborn experience. By nature, by default, we love ourselves. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. See? So as much we love ourselves, without any efforts and justification. To the same extent, when our love expands to include everything and being, not excluding anything, that is Bhagwan Sri Krishna. See? That Bhagwan Krishna is in our heart. Therefore, Vande Sri Yadavadhisham. When Shishupal was abusing one after another, so Bhagwan had promised his mother, I will allow him to hit a century. But after that, he will be out. And then when he was abusing, he was listening. 1, 2, pick up, buck up, very good. Keep it up. 1, 2, 4, 6. And when it was 100, got out. See, friends. Therefore, this is our essential nature. Therefore, devotion to the Lord is recognition that we are not orphans. He alone is expressing through us. And if the divine expresses through us, it cannot be misery. It cannot be confusion. It cannot be frustration. It can be only bliss without blisters. This is the meaning of this prayer. Nityanandaikarasam satchin matram swayam jyotihi purushottam ajam isham vande sri yadavadisham. But if you take only the normal translation word to word, we will end up in becoming erudite, Vyakaranic grammarians. See, I have not studied Sanskrit traditionally, but there used to be one Panditji, and he knew English. So I wanted to study if I had to through English, otherwise I can't. So he used to help me. And one day I told him, I said, Shastriji, here we are studying Mandukya Karika, one of the most exclusive Upanishad. So why don't you come and join? I can't come and study. Why? When I study anything, what comes in my mind only grammar. See? Because you are lost only in grammar. This is wrong. See? Esha sarveshu bhuteshu gudhotmana prakashate drishyate tu agraya drishtya sukshmaya sukshmadarshvi. This is from Kathopanishad. Now in this, gudhotmana prakashate is grammatically wrong. The grammarian will not understand the meaning of that mantra, but he will get lost. See? Shabdajalam maharanyam chitta brahmana karanam. We get lost in that. Therefore, let us not be lost in erudition and scholarship. Remember, many people, they are very sincere. They study also, but all the attempt is only erudition and scholarship. One example I'll tell you, this happened in US. Somewhere I was invited for lunch, one of my spiritual practice. So there were about 20, 30 people, and Swamiji, please talk to us on Gita or something. I said, look here, I have come here for food, nothing else. Then there was one old imported NRI from India. See? And then he was teaching Gita to those people, Andho mein Kana Raja. And then he said, no, please tell us on second chapter of Gita. So you have to respect the question of food. So I finished second chapter in half an hour. I have got a question. I said, no question answers. So my host told, Swamiji, please don't say no to him. Khane ka sawal hai? I said, okay, only one question. How many verses are attributed to Sanjay, Dhritarashtra, Arjun and Bhagwan Sri Krishna? This was the question. So, American NRI's children are my guru. You ask them anything. This I don't see in your Australian NRIs. There you see it. You ask them anything. Hey, what do you plan to study afterwards? Om Bhur Bhu Swaha. And then the mantra comes, isn't it? Tasavidur. In the same manner, talk to those fellows. E, Om Bhur Bhu Swaha. I don't know. So I invoke that mantra. I don't know. So he said, no, you are avoiding. I said, really, I don't know, but if you want, I'll try. Dhritarashtra, only one mantra, whole Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagwan Sri Krishna, not a single mantra. Bhagwan Sri Krishna did not speak in Bhagavad Gita at all. He nearly jumped out of his skin. What? I said, yes. How can you say like that? I said, show me your Bhagavad Gita. He took out Gita, see, they show where it is written. Sri Bhagwan, Sri Krishna Uvach. But Bhagwan Uvacha, I said, Bhagwan could be anybody. Bhagwan Ram, Bhagwan Shiva. There was a Hindi character, one actor, Bhagwan. Bhagwan Uvacha. So after studying Bhagavad Gita, if this is the inquiry, what does it mean? It's only erudition scholarship. See, friends, this is so important. Therefore, don't get lost only in the word-to-word translation. The meaning must descend in our heart in the form of experience. Then only we are studying the scriptures. Yam varnayitum sakshat shrutirapi mukeva maunamacharati sosmakam manujanam kim vacham gocharo bhavati. Now this reality, the truth, what is referred as Bhagwan Sri Krishna, Yam varnayitum, to explain what Bhagwan Krishna is, sakshat shrutihi api muka iva. See? Even the scriptures also tell, Shruti scriptures, Veda. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasaha. The Shruti Mata very clearly tells your speech and mind is important to comprehend the truth. Neither the mind can comprehend nor the speech can explain. So, yam varnayitum saksha shrutihi api muka iva, as if is dumb, and therefore maunam acharati. If you see, ashabdam, asparsham, arupam, avarnam, agandham, arasam. A language of negation. What it is never told. If you study deeply the scriptures, take for example, Kenopanishad. The student asks about the truth, and the teacher tells, na tata chakshur gacchati, na vak gacchati, na manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanimaha, yatha eta dhanushishya. There your all faculties become important, and I don't know how to teach. Yatha etad anushishyat. I don't know how to teach. Then the student says, no, sir, don't say like that. Your guru must have told you something. Yes. Tell me that. And then the teacher says, Anya devatad viditat atha aviditat adi. The truth is other than the known and the unknown. What is the truth is not told. But what is known and you find out now, you know. Whatever you know is not the truth. Whatever you don't know is not the truth. फिर क्या करूं? चाय पियो. See, friends, it is not a mechanical study. Therefore, Upanishad clearly says, Tad Vijnanartham Guru Meva Vigachet Samit Pani Shrotriyam Brahmanishta. See, friends. So, Yam Varnayitum Saksha Shruti Api Muka Iva Maunam Acharati Saha Asmakam Manujanam Kim Vacham Gocharo Bhavati. Where the Shruti Mata has failed, can we, the mortals, will be able to speak about the truth? And therefore, the Dhyana Shloka of the Dakshinamurti is Maunam Vyakya That which is explained in the eloquence of the silence is the truth. And how it is explained? By the Chinmudra. Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam pashyannatmani mayaya bahirivod bhutam yatha nidraya yas sakshat kurute prabodh samaye swatmanamevadvayam. Sakshat kurute prabodh samaye. Same thing. So, yo asmakam manujanam kim vacham gocharo bhavati. Can he ever be comprehended by our speech? Friends, as the subject matter becomes subtler and subtler, our language starts becoming more and more important. If you have to write an essay on earth, you will go to Google and start writing as many pages as you want. On water, less number of pages. On fire, how many things can you write? On air, how minimum? On space, what will you write? As the subject matter becomes subtler and subtler, the language becomes more and more important. And therefore, Maunam. So, this is the eloquent description of the divinity. What is this? Take the snuff. Aparokshanubhuti. So, yadyapi evam viditam tathapi paribhashato bhavedeva. Although this is known to us, that even the scriptures say that the truth cannot be spoken of, cannot be described, cannot be explained. Yadyapi, although it is so, evam viditam, we know all that, tathapi, even then, paribhashito bhavati eva. Even then we will talk about it. Then, Adhyatma Shastra Saraihi Harichintana Kirtana Abhyasaihi. Then what is the technique? How are we going to talk? First, Adhyatma Shastra. See, that which talks about the self is Adhyatma Shastra. So, Adhyatma Shastra, Sar, essence. See? Normally, we get lost only in the externalities. Karma, karma, karma. And these words become very magic words and they are accepted by the Western world. And whatever is accepted by the Western world, the Indians accept it as right. Dumb fellows. Yoga. As much yoga has become popular in the Western world, it is not in India. Once I was in US somewhere, they were asking, Swamiji, in India all people do yoga. I said, not even 0.001% does yoga. Really? I said, why? They have got better things to do. Yoga, yoga, yoga. And what is the yoga? Twisting the body. How twist kare? Are? Therefore, Adhyatma Shastra is that which brings us back to our essential nature is Adhyatma Shastra. Now to understand, take this simple example. As long as our vision is normal, we keep on focusing others. Then a stage comes in your life, we are not able to read properly. Then what we do? We take the book in the hand. So what the kids say at home, Mom, you are becoming very stylish. No, beta, not stylish. I can't see properly. So be attentive. Where is the attention of that lady? Not on the book, but on the eyes, is it not? See? Her attention is on the world. He insulted me before everybody. Instead of that, bring your attention. Who is insulted? Who is hurt? Then you will come to know. The one who is insulted, who is hurt doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Show the husband separate from the man. Show the wife separate from the woman. Where are they? And the husband, a non-existing entity, tries to please the wife, another non-existing entity. It is something like this. You can see. I told you 100 times, I'll repeat it. Learn from every experience. In Delhi, Birla Mandir, there is one small room, Bhagwan Krishna statue is there. Three sides, there are mirrors, big mirror. And when you look into left side, there will be million reflections. Right side, another million reflections. See? Imagine, one reflection looking at the other reflection. Are they real? Wife, reflection. Husband, reflection. Arey बेवकूफ हो. See? Educated, doctorate, PhD. You cannot be miserable in this world. See? Our condition is like the bird standing in front of the mirror and fighting with the reflection, constantly pecking to the extent it starts bleeding from its beak. Yet it doesn't go. Then he comes to satsang, goes behind the mirror. Oh, it has gone. Very good. Comes in front. Again it has come. I think I should do some sadhana, yoga. Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Vrata Paripalanam Athava Danam. Go from this temple to that temple and start talking ill about every Panditji there. पैसे खाते हैं. Who asked you to go there? See? Spirituality. But the reflection from the mirror doesn't disappear. Then our bird doesn't give up. He does yoga. This asana, that asana. Even then it doesn't go. Then he goes on doing the pranayam. That also doesn't help. Finally, he becomes so frustrated, angry, and start hitting the reflection in the mirror. And in that hitting process, the mirror breaks. And there are more reflections. Oh God, so many of them have come. Now what to do, what to do, what to do? The fight between husband and wife, leading, producing more children. Spirituality. Arey behukufo. Only know this, nothing else. See? So, this is the Adhyatma Shastra Sar, essence. We are trying to improve that which doesn't exist. So, Adhyatma Shastra Saraihi, Harichintana Kirtanabhyasaihi. Therefore, keep yourself engaged in chanting the Lord's name. You know, when I move around so many places, so the moment people see, they remember some questions because I am a questionable personality. And then they will like to talk all rubbish. And I am not interested to know anything about anybody in the world. Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedya. The purpose of the scriptures is to discover who you are. See, it doesn't matter who you are not. But we must know who we are. Then how to stop? Then like a terrorist takes out a gun from his pocket, I take out my rosary. My guru told me, beta, when you travel, you should do the japa. So I am doing japa. Excuse me, I will not talk. You talk. So like you listen to my satsang, I listen to those people. आप पर कोई फर्क नहीं, मुझ पर कोई फर्क नहीं. See, friends. So, Adhyatma Shastra Saraihi, Harichintana Kirtanabhyasaihi. Then, Kluptaihi, Bahubihi, Upayaihi, Abhyasa Jnana Bhaktyadhyaihi, Pumso Vina Viragam Muktehe, Adhikaritana Syat. How beautiful it is. Kluptaihi, Bahupayaihi. See, so many efforts are put sincerely. Which are those efforts? Upayahi, Abhyasa, every day chanting the Gita, Dharma Kshetre, Kuru Kshetre, Samavita, Yutsava, Mamaka, Pandava, Chaiva, Kima, Kuruta, Sanjaya. Every day chanting the same thing mechanically. Friends, do not chant everything the same day, every day the same thing. Every day, new text. When you know something by heart, your mind is not required. Chanting is kriya, action. When you do any action repeatedly, your mind is not involved at all. And if the mind is not involved, it is not spiritual practice. See? So important. So mind must be involved fully. And therefore, Bahubihi Upayahi, then Abhyasa. I chant every day Vishnu Sahasranam. So what? The Prabodh also does the same thing without any mistake. Then Abhyasa Jnana. Then I studied this Upanishad, that Upanishad, I studied this. Oh. Then Bhaktya Dehi. Remember, Upasana is done. Bhakti is not done. Bhakti is an experience. Upasana is an action. See? So, Abhyadhyana Bhaktya Dehi Pumsaha, for such a person, Vina Viragam, if he does not have dispassion, Muktehe Adhikarita Nasyat, he is not qualified for liberation. How important it is. So why this doesn't happen with us? Because all our upasana is only for fulfilling the desires. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshati dukrum karane. Dukrum karane means language. Language is only the means of communication. It doesn't matter in what language you talk. What matters is what you talk. See? In the same manner, here the teacher says, it doesn't matter whether you are offering a Suvarna Pushpa, Pushpartham, Akshatam Samarpayami. Bhagwan laughing, मुझे बेवकूफ बनाता है. It is such a great fun, friends. Life is such a joy. See? So, and what we do? We do this thing so that I get this thing. Our upasana is a bargain in exchange of getting our desires fulfilled. Once I was in Shirdi Sai Baba's temple. So, because they know me, I get quick entrance. So, there were a few Kamandalus also with me. We all went. So, did Namaskar in a maximum 10 seconds or what more. And then they gave me one coconut and one garland. So, when they gave one Kamandalu, Swamiji, they push us out. And they don't even tell you to go, but you go so quickly. Why? I said, because longer the Namaskar, longer is the list of demands. See? That is why 3 times Namaskar. You should not forget anything. Then you don't ask. I said, I do ask. What? I said, will you ask the same thing? Yes. But nothing else? Yes. I said, I ask, let there be no hatred, bitterness towards anything or anybody in the world, even in the dream, even for fun, even once in the lifetime. Ask this thing. I said, okay, but I cannot tolerate my neighbor. See, Dindakanire Rakiye, Angana Kuti Chavai. Friends, therefore, Viragam Vina, without dispassion, you can never attain fulfillment in life. The Niyam Sadhana according to Patanjali Maharshi is Shaucha, Santosha, Tapa, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani. In that is Shaucha, Santosha. Santosha is contentment. He who is content has matured a dispassion in his heart. Or chahiye, or chahiye, or chahiye. What for? See, we have to learn one word. The word is the ability to say no. And also the ability to listen no. Those who cannot say no, they will be killed in this world. I can tell you my example. When we take food, see, Bhagwan Krishna had one Yashoda. How much she made his life miserable. And what Bhagwan did, left Devaki only for few years. I left my Devaki for all the time. And he was so poor. He had only one Yashoda. I have got battalions of Yashoda around the world. You can see, imagine how much miserable I must be. You eat this, you eat this, you eat this. No, no, I have prepared such a great love for you. Are मैं मरूंगा ना? Never mind, eat. That day I discovered that now I had to put my foot down. And then I discovered my technique. Swamiji, please take it. I don't like it. When I say I don't like it, then I watch their face. मजा आता है. Friends, the ability to say no and the ability to get denied without becoming miserable is dispassion. See, friends, Pumso vina vairagam muktehe adhikarita na syat. Such a person free from dispassion can never have the experience of being infinite. वैराग्य आत्मबोधो भक्तिश्चेति त्रयम गदितम मुक्ते ही साधना माधव तत्र विरागो वितृष्णता प्रोक्ता. For the attainment of liberation, these are the three means told in our scriptures. They are dispassion first, then atmajnana, the knowledge regarding the self, and bhakti, devotion. See. So first is vairagya. Therefore, tatra Atrayam Gaditan Muktehe Sadhan Adav Viragaha. See, the first step is dispassion. It's not something great. In this cold weather, you have come here to sit and listen. It is possible only because you have dispassion towards your garam bed. Dispassion doesn't mean become abnormal like us. No, we are tailor-made Babaji. You know, Bhagwan Shankaracharya defines who is a sannyasi. Dehanyaso hi sannyasa, naiva kashaya vasasa, naham deho mahatmeti nishayam jnana lakshanam. External dispassion has zero value. What is the real dispassion? No thought about anything or anybody disturbs our mind. Yogarato va, bhogarato va, sangarato va, sangavihinaha, yasya brahmani ramate chittam, nandati, nandati, nandati eva. So what is the first sign of dispassion? You are happy. A person who is not dispassionate is always miserable. Oh, why you are looking like that? Manufacturer's defect. I say, friends. Therefore, वैराग्य आत्मबोधो भक्तिश्चेति त्रयम गदितम मुक्ते हे साधनम आदौ तत्र विरागो वितृष्णता प्रोक्ता. The vairagya means trishna hinatva. Trishna is what? I want little more, little more, little more. Whatever is there, enough. See? And this can happen only if we are able to recognize this, have the ability to say no. Thereafter, sa cha aham mamatabhyam prachanna sarvadehishu tatra hanta dehe mamata bharyadi vishayeshu. Now, dispassion for what? Sa vairagya or trishna hinata is cha aham mamatabhyam prachanna sarvadeheshu. This dispassion is covered. That means there is no dispassion under two coverings. One is ahanta and mamata. Mamata is a rope which ties us down to something. Only one rope. Ahanta is two ropes wherein, with reference to the body, like this mic is mine, only one rope. Body is me and mine too. So if I have to cut, it is easier to cut one rope than to cut two ropes. And therefore, here it is said, Tatra ahanta dehe mamata bharyadi vishayeshu. So with reference to our body, we are tied down with these two ropes, ahanta and mamata, and with the things and beings like the wife, etc., mamata. See? And therefore, we have to start from mamata onwards. Mamata is a disease. Mamata, asha, apeksha. Can you name your child with a disease name? Somewhere, one child was born, a girl. And Swamiji, that later has come, whatever they call, I don't know that. Da has come. What should be the name given for the da to our daughter? We don't know. Dysentery. When you can give the mental unhealthy conditions as the name, asha, apeksha, mamata, these are disease conditions. Okay. Ananda. So, tatra ahanta dehe mamata bharyadi vishayeshu. Deha kim atmakoyam kasambandosya va vishayaihi evam vicharyamane ahanta mamate nivartate. Now here the teacher tells. Deha kim atmaka ayam. Kaha sambandaha asya va vishayaihi. This body is made up of what? Think about it. One day I tell you, it is so simple. Don't have to struggle for anything in life. Death is a big bluff. Nobody dies. Number one. Number two. If you are having vyadhi means body diseases, you must congratulate yourself. Why? You are still alive. Dead bodies don't have diseases. Has anybody ever done a research? Incidence of cancer in the Catholic graveyard. Dead bodies don't have diseases. So if you have got pain here, pain there, अरे यार जिंदा है, अच्छी बात है. Make a fun of your life, you will be always happy. But otherwise, स्वामी जी मेरे घुटने में इतना दर्द आता है क्यों? Old people ask me this question. So I say, look here, I'll answer, but you have to answer my question. Only answer, don't argue. Okay. Why God has given us eyes? Swamiji, do you think I am a baby? I said, you are arguing. You answer my questions. Okay, God has given us eyes to see. Very good, see, intelligent you are, Amma. Why God has given us ears to hear? Very good. In the same manner, knees are given to pain in the old age. Purpose is fulfilled. If you can't see, you are blind. If you can't hear, you are deaf. If you don't have pain in your knees, you are dead. Thank God, I'm still alive. Make a fun of your life, man. You will never be miserable. Otherwise, all the time, the more you think about your pain, it becomes more severe. It is something like when you tease somebody, if that person gets teased, we tease them more, is it not? In every friend circle, there is one character like that. Everybody makes a fun of that fellow. See? Therefore, Deha kim atmakaha ayam. Body we talk about what it is made up of. Vicharyamane, thus think about it. Sambandhosya va vishayehi. And what is the relationship between the body and the worldly objects? Think about it. Evam vicharyamane ahanta mamate nivartete. When you start inquiring, then the disease of ahanta, I-ness, and mamata, my-ness, slowly dissolves. Husband and wife, they fight and finally come to a conclusion that we must separate. And they separate. Now, after the separation happens, they are no more husband and wife. Now find out where the husband has gone and where the wife has gone. Nowhere. They don't exist. See, the non-existing entities we want to improve. So the husband wants to improve the wife. This is called as Ashakya Anushtan. See, where Bhagwan Ram has failed, the Lord Shiva has failed. Who succeeded is only Bhagwan Krishna. How? He made fool of 16,000. One Arya Samaji in Netherlands I was. There Arya Samaji people are there. He said, why you call Bhagwan Krishna? I said, I can call you also Bhagwan, no problem. No, but Bhagwan, he was not a Bhagwan. We call him Mahapurusha. It doesn't matter. But why you call? I said, okay, I'll call whatever you want to tell me. Then he said, how he is Bhagwan? He married 16,000 wives and all that. I said, look here, are you married? He said, yes. How many wives you have got? One. Can you make her happy? No, Swamiji. Bhagwan Krishna kept 16,000 happy. He has to be Bhagwan. See? Then look at this world, is so beautiful. Bhagwan Ram was in UP, born, brought up, and suffered throughout his life. Even after he came back from the Sri Lanka, there also the Dhobian people, they were always torturing Bhagwan Ram. This is what Uttar Pradesh, UP, Ayodhya is. Then Bhagwan Ram finally gave up his avatar. Then again he took avatar as Sri Krishna. Again in UP. But then he realized his mistake. And therefore he went to Gujarat in Dwarka. This comes in Vishesh Puran. Friends, they call it Uttar Pradesh, but it is Ulta Pradesh. Therefore, evam vicharyamane ahanta mamata nivartete. Therefore, instead of complaining, just find out. Trim pumso sanyoga sampate shukra shonitayoho pravisha jivaha shanakaihi swakarmana dehamadhatte. Now the process of embryology is brought out. Tripumsa sanyogat shukra shonitayoho. The food is eaten by the parents, convert it into seeds, they bring it together, and thereafter a body is born, and slowly the body is growing, and at the age of around 5 months, then the jiva enters. And how he enters? Swakarmana, according to his karma in the last life. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita says in the 8th chapter, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tame vaiti kaunteya tad bhavam ashrita. Whatever is your last thought, that last thought becomes your blueprint for the next life. If you are on the deathbed and doctor has given up everything, so your children come around and say, Papa, doctor told now nothing can be done. So kindly tell what is your ultimate desire you could not fulfill. Please tell us. We'll try to do that. For us, desire fulfillment is the only story, nothing else. Now this fellow, he was not given proper food because of this medicine, that medicine, don't eat this, don't eat that. And he was only a glutton. Eating is the only purpose of life. So he said, anyway, it's okay then. If they are allowing me to eat whatever I want, kindly get me a nice chicken. He could not complete pulao. So that goes as the blueprint to Narayana. Chicken chahiye. Next life, cock. Hey friends, therefore, he, the jiva. Friends, all spiritual practices remain thought-free, not thoughtless. Thoughtless we already are. Remain thought-free. Meaning, seeing is happening, but seer is not born. Hearing is happening, but hearer is not born. Actions are done, but doer is not born. Experience is happening, but experiencer is not born. So, pravisha jiva shanekaihi. But how then jiva enters? As the husband enters the man after marriage. Think. As the wife enters the woman after marriage. How simple it is. One American asked me this question. You Hindu ladies, they put on some .com on their forehead. What is that? I said, that is your time has gone now. She is already booked. Oh, she is married, yes. Oh, that is sign of marriage, yes. Then what about gents? No need. From the face you can know, Shadi Shuda hai. They have got a blow on their face, glow on their face. And these husband and wife who become miserable, where are they? See? And these non-existing entities are becoming miserable. One more question. What is the criteria of the size of the .com? I asked this question to one lady in Mumbai probably. She says, Swamiji, it is the size of the .com is directly proportionate to the love for the husband. Small, like a sesame seed, little love. Like a big one, more love. No .com. No love. Now you decide. This is how the jiva is born. Recognize this. This is the in-between stage. Don't take jiva as real. Unknown is indicated by X, is it not? They give some kind of funny examples and the students have to solve that. I remember in one house, these mothers are so terrible. Swamiji knows everything, you ask him, don't ask me. So the child came and asked me, Swamiji, this mathematics I also don't understand. I am zero in numbers. I cannot even count the notes properly. 3 times I count 3 different numbers. I don't know. So, no, you have to tell. Mummy told me you know everything. And it was a very funny example. I am telling you what is jiva. The example was, there is a water tank which has got 2 holes. One hole is inlet, other is outlet. If the outlet is closed and inlet is open, the water gets filled in let us say 45 minutes in that tank. Then you close the inlet and open the outlet, the tank is emptied in 40 minutes. If the empty tank with both the inlet outlet simultaneously open, where it will be filled? How do we start? Suppose it will be filled in X minutes and you establish the value of X, is it not? Suppose I read, it is filled in X minutes. Will you get any marks? So what I told to that child, don't waste water. I don't know. How simple it is. Suppose he gives the answer, it will be emptied in X minute. Will he get the marks for that? You have to establish the value of the unknown. Exactly. Establish the value of the husband. 0. See, my friends, you can establish if something is there. So husband is an illusion. If you have to define a reflection, how will you define person, mirror, and expression or the reflection of the person in the mirror? 3 things together is the reflection. In the same manner, who is the husband? Man, mirror of the wife and his reflection in that wife mirror. If the mirror is corrugated, what will be the reflection? If the mirror is dusty, the reflection will be very dim. See, friends, if the mirror is unsteady, husband is also unsteady. See, friends, exactly the same way, Paramatma expressing through the limitations of the Panchakoshas is called a Jiva. So, Paramatma, Panchakosha, Upadhi, and the expression of the infinite through the finite. These 3 factors put together is called a Jiva. It is just a process of explanation. Like husband is not a reality. It is a utility. Not reality. Utility for saman uthao. See, friends. Therefore, pravisha jivaha shanekaihi swakarma deham adatte. Therefore, this law of karma is brought in between. And its karma, karma, karma is given such a seriousness. It is very real. It is not. Now, what is the meaning thereafter? We'll continue in our tomorrow's satsanga. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.